It is your boy Matt Mizzle, the host with the most. Don't need to brag no boast. All I do is give a toast to the real folks who done paved the way and the real way for us players to play. You know what I'm saying? Like my man Kwame Brown would say, sprinkle a little bit of mama's cooking. Come up with these here bad boys. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the mamas that still cook and bake peanut butter cookies. This is nice. But let's get into it, man. Y'all think these brothers going back and forth is good for the community? Because the whole thing with CHarlemagne, his rape case, come back to the surface now, you know? CHarlemagne hit below the belt and started talking about the man's family. So he even went. He said, yeah. Or use a motherfucker rapist. What's worse than that? So think about it. How deep it gets, or how deeper it goes. You know? On one hand, you got a great speaker in CHarlemagne the God. You know, he likes to talk about issues and certain shit like that plagues the black community. And you got a very eloquent basketball player by the name of Kwame Brown, who looks like he got his head on his shoulders, been making money, has a farm, doing his little tractor trailer stuff, you know what I'm saying? And standing 10 toes down like a man should. So I don't understand the whole reason being that CHarlemagne went at him to protect other analysts, other people that they cool with, because they're in that space, you know. But CHarlemagne, you ain't in no position to talk about nobody, bro. Because what you did is the worst thing that could ever be done from the eyes of the black community. When you try to play it off, play it sweet, you always talk about you got flaws to work on and all that. And shut your goofy ass mouth and work on them flaws, man, and start talking about real grown man business. I don't care how much money y'all niggas got. Y'all niggas move like some bitches. And this is why Kwame Brown is so adamant about exposing y'all asses. Because y'all talk too goddamn much. And y'all don't listen to me. Let me go ahead. And play CHarlemagne's supposed apology. And y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. But he's the donkey of the day. He gave himself the donkey of the day. And he's rocking an LGBT hat. with the American flag and the H, and it says, what does it say? H, some shit like that. Hate, no hate. So I guess Charlemagne got a large LGBT constituency, which I ain't got a problem with that. But don't try to co-opt our shit. Don't try to discredit a black man, a strong black man, for being who he is. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it couldn't come at a more opportune time. You got buck breaking going on. And Kwame Brown exposing y'all motherfucking bucks. Y'all act like some sambo suckers that don't understand the game. So now y'all, because y'all get a little bit of money for playing the game and not understanding it, slander and all this shit comes along with it. So don't turn around and say niggas got mental health issues and issues. I'm Charlemagne. I can pray for you. We can meditate and all this bullshit. Nigga, change your ways, man. There's no real niggas act like y'all, man. And y'all know it. I don't care how far down south you live, or how far up north you live. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't act like y'all niggas, man. Y'all niggas act like some weird motherfuckers. And y'all should get it together, man. Y'all need to get it together. Salute early. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go ahead and listen to this back and forth exchange for Charlemagne and Kwame Brown. And after, I'm gonna put the link in the comments, and y'all can come chop it up with a player. You know what I'm saying? Real. All right, let's go ahead.
Donkey of the day is a new one. Donkey of the day for Monday, May 24th goes to me, Leonard McKelvey. Contrary to popular belief, this is not the first time I've given myself Donkey.
Jackass of the day.
Donkey of the day does not discriminate. I mean, I may be kind of biased towards certain people, but I don't have any bias when it comes to myself. If I'm
lying
wrong,
ass,
something I do or say doesn't sit right with my spirit, I have to apologize and do better moving forward, and that's what I'm about to do right now.
The devil is a liar.
The Kwame Brown and Kwame Brown's family. I want to apologize to his father, Bill Brown, and the family of his father. See, last week on this radio, in my attempt to defend a Charleston, South Carolina-born brother like myself, I revealed too much information about that man's family. And even though all that stuff is public record, some things just don't need to be said on the radio, and they definitely don't need to be said by me. When I look back, on the way I communicated that, I communicated it all wrong. And I unintentionally triggered trauma in a lot of folks I grew up with, who I genuinely love. I'm sure I caused a lot of pain for not only Kwame Brown, but for his family, especially his family in my hometown of Moncks Corner, South Carolina. You know how I know? Because I spoke to a few of them. I've been on the phone this weekend with mothers of children and their children.
That nigga's a motherfucking liar.
Daughter Brianda. I was on the phone with
greasy palm,
like Wallet, salute to Wallet. Oh, she cursed me out good. And, I was apologizing for triggering them, causing them pain, because I was casually discussing their family's trauma, man, and that's something that I have to stop doing. That's something that we all
Popcorn
have to
is live. Shout out Popcorn.
Sacred Purpose coach Yadi Alba this weekend. She's like a spiritual therapist. I have her and my clinical therapist, and that's what we were talking about, how we casually discuss each other's traumas. I didn't even think about when I
now you're talking about trauma
and his family, how many people were impacted by those things.
Hey, Goofy, you put your foot in your mouth.
That's generational. Okay, I caused pain and unintentionally poked at people's wounds. Okay, wounds that will probably never heal. And I can't take back those words, but I can't apologize. I think oftentimes we, meaning black people, we fight each other with our demons, whether true or false, whatever is the worst thing we know about a person. I think we know about a person. We default to that, and that was not my intention. I was not in any way, shape, or form trying to paint Kwame in a negative light. Okay, that black man is not my op. He wasn't my op when I said it. In my mind, I'm defending that man, but I should have been defending him as Leonard Charlemagne the God McKelvey, the professional, and not Leonard Larry, whatever you want to call me, from Moncks Corner, South Carolina, talking like I'm home in the town on why I believe they need to leave Kwame Brown alone. That was whack, because the conversation didn't even have to go there. The conversation should have been about basketball. Yes, leave Kwame Brown alone because he achieved the goal and a dream that 1.3% of NCAA seniors will achieve. And 0.03% of high school seniors. You know how small a number that is? And, that's just simply being drafted in the NBA. If you play 13 seasons and make $65 million, you're a success, okay? If you work 13 years anywhere and make that kind of money, you're a success. So salute to that man. The only expectations we have to live up to is our own. That's why I always say success is subjective, okay? My views of success may be different than yours. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters. But we didn't even get into that conversation because my mind automatically went to something that it didn't even have to go to. In doing that, I unintentionally caused trauma. And since I unintentionally caused trauma, I have to be intentional about causing healing. I'm not about to sit around and have beef with another black man for nothing. Trust me, as y'all know, I have a lot of real enemies who are gunning for me every day. Kwame Brown is not going to be one of them, okay? I totally understand why Kwame Brown was upset at me. I went low. That wasn't my intention. But in hindsight, it was low. And Kwame took it to the floor with me. And y'all be online so excited, ready to see black people go back and forth and tear each other down. I'm not doing that. I'm not going back and forth if I...
You sound like a bitch. You say you went low and Kwame took it to the floor with you. And that wasn't your intentions. How was it not your intentions if you're going low? That's what I want to know. You going low. You've been low. So stay low. Like a hoe.
If I feel like I wronged somebody, I'm going to apologize. That's what I think a good man does. A good man apologizes for the mistakes, that he made. But a great man corrects them. Hopefully, I get the opportunity to do that one day. But for now, I just apologize. And I'm not beefing with a black man who's born where I was born and has family where I'm from. There's nothing on this planet that I love more than God, my family, and Moncks Corner, South Carolina, the whole low country, the 843. Dropping a clues bomb for the 843. Okay? So when I say I sincerely apologize to Kwame Brown and his family and the family of Bill Brown and Moncks Corner, I mean that. Only thing I'm responsible for is my energy in recognizing my own insanity. And Eckhart Tolle once said, to recognize one's own insanity is, of course, the arising of sanity, the beginning of healing and transcendence. I truly believe if trauma can be passed down through generations, then so can healing. Me, Leonard McKelvey, I have never claimed to be perfect. In fact, I'm far from it. I'm not going to always get it right. The same things people listen to me for is the same things they hate me for because I talk too much. I overshare. I overshare about myself. I overshare about others, and that has historically gotten me in trouble. But we are all works in progress. And one of the most healing things you can do is recognize where in your life you are your own poison. And last week I was poisoned to Kwame Brown, Bill Brown, and their families. For that, I sincerely apologize. Please let Remy Ma give me Leonard McKelvey, CHarlemagne the God, the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. You stupid motherfucker. You dumb.
Yes, indeed. Donkey of the Day is brought to you by the law office of Michael S. Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey. Dial pound 250 on your cell and say the bull if you've been hurt in a construction accident. That's pound 250 from your cell and say the bull.
Now, though he sound like a bitch, somebody that just wants to cover up their tracks and be like, I didn't do nothing, man. I ain't do nothing to you, man. Why you dissing me, man? Why you dissing me? Now, this is how a real man sounds. Let me put it on for y'all. Suckers and squares who don't understand it. But I ain't even like, I could never be, beyond the bullshit because I know how it gets. But at the same time, don't put your foot in your mouth knowing that you a piece of shit. I know you gotta live life, but you're just talking like you're a psychologist and you ain't got no type of psychological degree or knowledge of this shit.
He called himself God. Ooh, vain. But anyway, Charlemagne the God. First and foremost, I think I'm not the one who deserves apology. I kind of do, but the first person should not be me. It should be, in my opinion, from listening to this young lady talk on Star, her mother, and all of that, in my opinion, I don't know what happened in any case or anything like that.
It should be to the victim of the rape case, right?
She can get her story out. Because in my opinion, what I heard was a woman who was traumatized. And I don't know what happened. In my opinion, she is the one who deserves it. So I'm gonna have to say respectfully and with all due pleasure that I do not, on behalf of my family in South Carolina, the Geechies, myself, all of my brothers, my 16-year-old son that didn't know that bullshit, and all the people in America that did not know that bullshit. So on behalf of all of us, I have to say, fuck your
That debate changed the television landscape for a long time. Before I get out of here, let me tell you why. The first day, Skip and I were debating about Russell Westbrook and the type of player that he was. And that's when I acknowledged to Skip how many points he averaged as a junior in high school. Well, this season, Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double for the fourth season. So my debate kind of aged extremely well. Stephen A. wasn't working at ESPN at the time. He was a guest on the show the next day, and they wanted to bring him on so that both of them could take the media aspect of two people that were not former players, and I challenged them on name calling because Skip was calling Chris Bosh Spice. And I was thinking, like, okay, so that's offensive. And so I took issue with that. And that's why on Jalen and Jacoby, I retire words. And one of the words that we retire is bust. And it's not about points, rebounds, and assists, ladies and gentlemen. It's about the tag. It's about the name. It's about the imagery that so many people in mainstream America try to make it like it's only 10 successful black people. So it's like, hey, y'all got Jordan, y'all got LeBron, y'all got Denzel, but Jalen Rose, you stink. You're a loser. And that becomes the imagery that not only mainstream America puts on us, but sadly, we put it on each other too. And there are people that have walked the face of this earth, whether on social media or in person, that tell me I'm a loser.
Exactly.
I'm a failure. Right?
Hitting us against each other further creates a divide, which creates more animosity and hostility, which brings down the vibration of our people.
It sticks.
Y'all see the difference between an honest black man,
because my mom, rest in peace, Jeannie Rose,
and somebody that's just out for their own personal gain?
Jalen.
They're trying to defend all black men.
It's not just calling somebody a bust about their stats. It's more so the imagery of trying to dismiss their life for being nothing just because they don't have a lot of points, rebounds, and assists.
Exactly. So y'all see what's going on, right? Everybody not everybody, and somebody not everybody to everybody. That's what somebody said. So let me explain something to y'all right now. This nigga and this nigga are from the same area. This nigga calls himself a South Carolina boy. This nigga calls himself a Gulagichi, descendant from Africans. Y'all see the disparity? One is a coon, One is a real nigga. That's it. It's your boy Mac Mizzle. And you know my slogan. Keep it real in the field. Forget how they feel. I'm about to go holla at Popcorn. Shout out to Popcorn on the show. You know what I'm saying? That nigga keeps it real with me and I keep it real with him. You know what I'm saying? So y'all go out, support, subscribe. Subscribe to my channel as well. I got more videos coming for y'all today, man. I'm in the mood. Let's go. Let's get it, man. We're getting it on. You know what I'm saying? Real niggas always gonna win. M-Town down. Peace.